All right, well, welcome to Media Day. How are you feeling?
Feeling great, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. So the last time we saw you, there was some issues in the cage. I'm just curious if you could give us your side of the story. What happened in there?
Obviously, I got eye poke in the eyes. I wasn't able to see much when it happened. And then after the fight, we got into a little argument with Brian Battle. He called me by something I don't want to say. And I got mad, I got emotional, and that's what happened.
Have you guys kind of squashed it, or is there still a little bit of animosity between you two?
We haven't spoke since. I don't know what's next after this fight. If it's the fight who makes sense, I will be ready for it. So I don't know. We'll see.
Is that a fight that you really feel like you want, or is it more like you said, like if that's the fight, you'll take it? But is it something you really want?
I will fight anyone. I wanted Brian Battle before. So if they give me the fight, I take it.
So talk to me about your opponent this week. What do you think of him?
Great fighter, good everywhere. Gabriel Bonfim, it's a big test for me. And I'm just excited. I'm excited to fight good people, good fighter. So I train. I'm ready for this.
How do you see this fight going? Do you feel like it's going to be a 3-round war, or do you think you can get in and out pretty quick?
I don't think it's going to be a 3-round fight, to be honest. I think it's going to end up in the second round.
What's the method of finish?
I think I want to finish him by TKO.
All right. You're a little bit of an underdog going into this fight. Is that something that you ever really pay attention to? Does that give you extra motivation?
No, I don't care. Doesn't change anything for me. I train the same for everyone. I mean, not the same for everyone, but every fight is different. And I'm prepared for Gabriel Bonfim, and I know I'm better than him.
And you mentioned already, the possibility of fighting Brian again. Do you see that fight happening this year? Do you want to fight again this year, or do you feel like you'll want to take a little bit of break, the holidays, that sort of thing?
To be honest, I want to fight before the end of the year. So if that's what the UFC wants, let's do it.
Thank you.
Right here. Obviously, you have a plan going into a fight, but I mean, there's things that happen like eye pokes, and it kind of just throws you for a loop, right? So how do you compose yourself, and how do you stay locked in and say, all right, I just got to move on from that fight and focus on the next one after something like that happens?
So you're asking me, can you repeat the question, please?
So, like when you go into a fight, you obviously have a game plan, and you can't you can't plan for things like eye pokes.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can take a toll on you because you went so hard in training camp to prepare for it.
Exactly.
So after something like that happens, how do you lock back in and focus on the next fight?
It depends how bad it is, always. If it's not something crazy, you're able to refocus and go back there. If not, maybe they might stop the fight or something like that.
What's the support been like from Brendan Allen this week? I've seen him shouting you out on Instagram and things like that.
Brendan Allen is my brother. I'm looking forward for his fight in Paris. I'm going there. I'm close from home, from Switzerland. So I can't wait to see him champ. And I believe it's going to be the next champion for sure.
And what do you think about, like, the UFC obviously sees you as a prospect as well because they keep giving you these tough opponents. Like I think you had Jack Della Maddalena on the Contender Series.
Yeah.
You had Bonfim. You had Brian Battle. With the UFC giving you these tough opponents, what do you think it says about you as a fighter as well?
I'm ready for anyone. I take them all. I want to be the best in the world. I don't want to fight in the UFC just to fight in the UFC. I want to be the champ. So give me more. Give me toughest test. I will take everyone.
And then as far as like physical statures and like intimidating guys in the UFC, when you look at them, I'd say you're probably one of the top guys. How do you maintain that physique that you have going into the fight?
I'm always in shape. I train very hard. I'm very serious about my training. I'm consistent. I got my strength and conditioning, Corey Peacock, who always make sure I'm right, and the training at Killcliff FC is very intense, and we train in the smart way as well. So that's why I'm always in shape. I got good training partner, world-class people with who I train. So yeah, that helps me to stay ready.
And then we saw with Bonfim in his last fight, you're a guy that's never been finished, and he took his first loss in his last fight. He kind of slowed down. Like, he had obviously the big first round, but when Dalby kind of put the pressure on him, it kind of broke him down a little bit. When you were talking about the second round TKO, do you think it's going to kind of play out similar where you put the pressure on him in the later rounds and he breaks?
To be honest, every fight is different. I believe he's coming prepared for me. But I'm going to push the pace like he never seen before. So that's not going to be like, he's not going to be ready for what I have for him.
Cheers, brother.
So you mentioned your strength and conditioning protocol and that you want to go out there and you want to put a pace on him as far as the fight goes. With this being at a mile high above sea level, how do you envision the altitude being a factor in how this fight plays out?
I don't really care about the altitude, to be honest. I know I'm in great shape, and I will push the pace till the end, till I finish him.
In your preparation, did you do anything extra to try to acclimate yourself for what the altitude might be like, or was it just kind of stuck to the regular protocol and that's what you're comfortable doing?
Yeah, I say I don't care about the altitude, but I came a few days before, a week before, to acclimate a little bit. I feel great. I feel it's not going to affect me during the fight, so we'll see how it plays out Saturday. But I know I'm ready for 3 rounds, 2 rounds, 1 round, anyway.
Is this your first time out in Denver?
My first time, yes.
Has there been anything about the city that has been a memorable experience so far?
We went to the Red Rock. It's beautiful out there, so I'm looking forward to come back here. And like I said, I'm from Switzerland. It looked like Switzerland a little bit, so it reminded me home. I like it a lot, so I would like to have more time to visit. So we'll see. Maybe after the fight, I stay a little bit.
Nice. Awesome. Well, thank you for enjoying the city. We're Denver locals here, so always like hearing that feedback for the city.
Cool. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.